Make him miss you without chasing. If you don't master these 10 skills, you'll always be the one waiting by the phone, overthinking his last message, wondering why he's pulling away. Some women don't just pass through a man's life, they haunt it. He remembers the way she laughed, the way she carried herself, the way she made him feel like he was the only man in the world. No matter who comes next, he can't erase her. And then, there are the women who are forgotten, replaced, blocked, the ones who gave everything, yet still weren't enough. The difference? Power. And then, there are the women who are forgotten, replaced, blocked, the ones who gave everything, but still weren't enough. The difference? Power. Some women effortlessly command attention. They don't chase, they don't beg, and yet men can't stop thinking about them. Others, they invest everything, overgive, and still, they get ghosted. The difference? Power. Cleopatra didn't beg. She didn't hope. She strategized. She made kings fight wars for her. She understood the power of presence and absence. Anne Boleyn, on the other hand, she played her hand too soon. She thought she had Henry VIII wrapped around her finger until he got bored. And when he did, she lost everything. Marilyn Monroe was once Norma Jean, sweet, innocent, unnoticed. But when she understood the power of image, aura, and allure, she became an icon. She controlled how the world saw her, and that's the key. If you want to make him crave you, without games, without desperation, then stay with me. These 10 strategies will change everything. The psychology of missing someone. You don't win a man's attention by chasing him. You win it by becoming someone he can't stop thinking about. Most people make the mistake of being too available. They think if they just give more time, more affection, more effort, he'll appreciate them. But in reality, the opposite is true. The moment something is too easy, too accessible, too predictable, it loses its value. Robert Greene calls it, use absence to increase respect. Law number 16 in the 48 Laws of Power. When something is always there, it becomes ordinary. But the moment it disappears, even briefly, people realize what they're missing. Napoleon was deeply infatuated with Josephine until he had her. But when she started ignoring him, when she became distant, his obsession exploded. He wrote desperate letters, craving her attention more than ever. And that's the secret. These aren't tricks. They're strategies, backed by psychology, used by some of the most powerful women in history. Once you master them, you'll never have to wonder if he misses you again. 1. The art of absence. The power of disappearing at the right time. There's a reason why scarcity increases value. It's simple human psychology. The more available something is, the less people appreciate it. The moment it becomes rare, suddenly people want it more. Steve Jobs understood this better than anyone. Apple doesn't release a new iPhone every month. They create anticipation. They make you wait. And by the time the next launch comes around, people are lining up overnight just to get their hands on it. Now, think about this in relationships. If you're always available, always answering texts instantly, always the one reaching out first, you're not creating anticipation. You're not letting him feel your absence. And if he never has to wonder about you, he'll never have to miss you. But when you disappear strategically, something changes. You don't text back immediately. You turn off your phone for a day. You spend time on your own life, your own passions, your own goals. And suddenly he notices. He wonders where you are, what you're doing. That's the moment he starts missing you. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding human nature. The less you give all at once, the more he craves it. So next time you feel the urge to reach out first, pause. Let him wonder. Let him feel your absence, because that's when he'll realize your value. 2. The power of mystery. Mastering the art of the unknown. Curiosity is a powerful force. The moment someone thinks they have you figured out, the excitement fades. But when there's mystery, when there's an element of the unknown, people become obsessed with trying to uncover the truth. Think about Audrey Hepburn, graceful, elegant, and impossible to fully understand. She didn't flaunt everything about herself. She carried a quiet confidence that made people want to lean in, to get closer, to know more. Contrast that with someone who overshares everything, their emotions, their insecurities, their entire life story, too soon. Instead of drawing people in, they push them away. When it comes to making him miss you, less is more. If you always tell him exactly what you're doing, thinking and feeling, where's the intrigue? Where's the anticipation? Instead, try this. Leave some things unsaid. Let him wonder what's on your mind. Be unpredictable. One day you're available, the next you're busy. Not as a game, but because you actually have a life that doesn't revolve around him. Resist the urge to explain yourself. Let your actions speak. Let him fill in the blanks. Men become obsessed with what they can't fully grasp. If you make him work to understand you, he won't be able to stop thinking about you. And that's how you make him miss you. 3. Emotional control. Mastering your reactions. The most powerful people in history all share one trait. They control their emotions instead of letting their emotions control them. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, ruled an empire under constant chaos. Betrayals, wars, political schemes. Yet he never let his emotions dictate his actions. His philosophy? You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Now think about this in relationships. How often do people self-sabotage by overreacting? He takes hours to text back. You panic, send a follow-up message, or assume the worst. He cancels plans last minute. You lash out, show frustration, or act cold in retaliation. He seems distant. You push harder, when in reality, space would make him miss you more. Here's the truth. The one who controls their emotions controls the situation. When you react emotionally, you hand over your power. But when you pause, assess, and act with intention, you become the one in control. The 10-second rule. Whenever something triggers you, silence, a short response, a change in behavior, stop. Count to 10. Breathe. Ask yourself, is this worth reacting to? Or would silence, confidence, and patience make a stronger impact? Emotional mastery isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about choosing when and how to respond. And when you respond with power, instead of reacting with emotion, he won't just respect you, he'll be drawn to you. 4. High-value mindset. Become the prize, not the pursuer. The moment a man feels like he already has you, that there's no challenge, no effort required, his interest starts to fade. It's not because he's cruel, it's because human nature values what is rare and difficult to attain. Think about the most desired women in history. They were never chasing. They were the ones being pursued. Men don't commit to women because of desperation, overgiving, or constant availability. They commit when they feel like they've won something valuable. The psychology of a high-value woman. She doesn't need validation from a man. She gets it from herself. She never begs for attention because she knows her worth. She has options, not because she plays games, but because she cultivates a life so fulfilling that others want to be part of it. A low-value mindset focuses on, how can I make him like me? A high-value mindset shifts to, do I even want him? How to apply this? Stop making him the center of your world. Start building your own. Invest in yourself. Upgrade your health, confidence, skills, and passions. Make him work for your attention. If you always initiate, stop. Let him step up. The moment he feels he could lose you, that's when he realizes your value. Be the prize. Be the one worth chasing, and he will chase. 5. Non-attachment, the power of letting go. Clinging to someone never makes them stay, it only pushes them away. The more desperately you try to hold on to a man, the more he feels suffocated. The irony: when you let go, when you embrace detachment, that's when they come back. This is the essence of non-attachment, the ability to desire something but never need it. The story of Prince Siddhartha. Prince Siddhartha had everything: power, wealth, privilege. Yet he realized that attachment to material things was the source of suffering, so he walked away, choosing inner peace over external validation. That's how he became Buddha. Now, think about this in relationships. Have you ever seen a woman obsess over a man, anxiously waiting for his texts, molding her life around his attention, only to lose him? And then, the moment she stops caring, moves on, focuses on herself, he suddenly starts chasing again? That's non-attachment in action, the psychology of detachment. People value what they could lose. The moment a man feels your absence, he starts to appreciate your presence. Confidence is knowing you'll be okay, with or without him. When you stop fearing loss, you become magnetic. How to apply this? Detach from outcomes. If he stays, great. If he goes, you'll be fine. Prioritize your own happiness. A man should add to your life, not be your life. Be willing to walk away. This isn't weakness, it's power. When you stop chasing, when you stop fearing, what if he leaves? That's when you truly own the situation. And ironically, that's when he wants you the most. 6. The law of contrast, making him feel the shift. Nothing wakes people up faster than change. When things stay the same for too long, they become background noise. But when something shifts, when suddenly what was once certain is no longer guaranteed, it forces people to pay attention. This is the law of contrast. If you want him to notice you, let him feel the difference between having you and not having you. Napoleon and Josephine, a love defined by contrast. Napoleon was deeply obsessed with Josephine, writing her passionate letters when they were apart. But when she became too available, his interest faded. So what did she do? She changed her behavior. She became distant. She focused on herself. And suddenly Napoleon, who once took her for granted, was now the one chasing, because that's how the human mind works. We don't appreciate what is constant. We appreciate what we fear losing. How this works in relationships. If you're always available, try being less accessible. Let him wonder where you are. If you're too predictable, introduce an element of unpredictability. If you always initiate, stop. Let him feel the contrast of not hearing from you first. People only truly realize value when they feel the absence of it. Let him experience what life without you feels like, even for a short time. That's when he'll start missing you. That's when he'll crave you. 7. Social proof, the psychology of desire. There's a reason why people want what others have. The more desired something is, the more valuable it becomes. This is social proof, one of the strongest psychological triggers in human behavior. Ever notice how people line up outside a restaurant, assuming it must be worth it because it's crowded? Or how luxury brands never go on sale because exclusivity creates demand? The same applies to relationships. Why do men chase what others want? Men don't just desire women based on looks. They desire women who are valued by others. A woman who is sought after, who has options, who carries an air of exclusivity, she becomes irresistible. This is why some women, no matter how beautiful, get ignored, while others, even with average looks, have men competing for them. The social proof strategy. Napoleon understood this instinctively. He didn't just want Josephine, he wanted her because other men did. The moment he saw her charm, her allure, the way others desired her, he became obsessed. How to apply this? Expand your social circle. The more connected and valued you are, the more desirable you become. Be seen engaging with others. If a man sees that you're wanted, he automatically values you more. Maintain a sense of exclusivity. Don't be too easy to get. Let him feel like he has to win you over. Men are wired to compete for what's valuable. If he sees you as someone others want, he won't be able to stop thinking about you, and that's how you make him crave you. 8. Feminine energy, the magnetic power of soft strength. Femininity is often misunderstood. Some think it means being weak, submissive, or passive, but in reality, true feminine energy is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It doesn't chase, it attracts. It doesn't demand attention, it commands it effortlessly. Look at Marilyn Monroe versus Grace Kelly. Marilyn exuded playfulness and sensuality, but never in a desperate way. She had an effortless charm, a way of looking at a man that made him feel like he was the only one in the room. Grace Kelly, on the other hand, embodied elegance and quiet mystery. She didn't try to be loud or attention-seeking. She let her presence do the work. Both women were incredibly different, yet both held an undeniable feminine magnetism. Why do men crave feminine energy? Because it's the opposite of what they experience daily. The modern world is competitive, aggressive, and full of dominance battles. Feminine energy is calm, inviting, and soft, but not weak. It provides a contrast that men find irresistible. How to apply this? Use your gaze. Eye contact isn't just looking, it's communicating desire without saying a word. Slow down. Confidence isn't in rushing, it's in moving with purpose. Let silence work for you. Mystery makes men lean in, wanting more. When you embrace feminine energy the right way, you don't have to demand attention. It will naturally come to you. And once a man feels it, he'll never forget it. 9. Reverse psychology. The art of making him chase you. The moment someone feels like they're being controlled, manipulated, or pressured, their natural instinct is to resist. But when they feel like it's their choice, when they think they are the ones pursuing, they become obsessed. This is reverse psychology, a subtle yet powerful technique that makes people want what they think they can't have. Casanova, the master of reverse psychology. Giacomo Casanova wasn't just a legendary seducer because of his charm. He understood human nature. He never chased women. Instead, he gave them just enough attention to spark curiosity, and then he pulled back. He made them feel like they were the ones pursuing him. The moment a woman thought he wasn't trying to win her over, she wanted him even more. Because that's how the mind works. We always desire what seems just out of reach. How to apply reverse psychology in relationships. Don't try to make him miss you. Make him think you don't care if he does. Be warm, but unpredictable. Show interest, then pull back just enough to make him wonder. Let him initiate more. The more he invests, the more he feels attached. If a man thinks you need his attention, he'll take it for granted. But if he starts questioning whether he's the one being pulled in, that's when he won't be able to get you out of his head. Make him chase. Make him work, and watch how fast his desire for you grows. The final move. The art of becoming unforgettable attraction isn't about playing games. It's about understanding human nature and moving with strategy. The most magnetic, captivating people in history don't follow one single rule. They master the art of combining different tactics seamlessly. Think about Cleopatra, Marilyn Monroe, or Princess Diana. They weren't just beautiful. They knew when to be mysterious, when to be warm, when to pull back, and when to make an impact. They weren't predictable. They were an experience. That's what makes someone unforgettable. The psychology of irresistibility. A woman who truly stands out isn't the one who chases. She's the one who understands when to disappear, the art of absence. Keeps a sense of mystery alive, the power of mystery. Maintains emotional control, emotional mastery. Knows she's the prize, high-value mindset. Is detached and unafraid to walk away, non-attachment. Uses contrast to make him feel the shift, the law of contrast. Leverages social proof to build desire, social proof. Embraces feminine energy instead of forcing dominance, feminine energy. Uses reverse psychology to make him chase, reverse psychology. But here's the key. You don't use just one strategy. You adapt, you mix, you shift. How to apply this final move. If he's getting too comfortable, create distance, absence and contrast. If he's taking you for granted, be seen and valued by others, social proof. If he's pulling away, don't chase, make him wonder, reverse psychology. If he's starting to feel entitled, remind him you have options, high-value mindset. A truly unforgettable woman never plays just one note. She orchestrates an entire symphony. These tactics, they aren't just strategies. They're a power shift. A woman who understands them doesn't just make a man miss her. She becomes the standard he measures every other woman against. Most women hope to be remembered. The powerful ones, they make sure they're impossible to forget. If you apply these skills, you won't just make him miss you. You'll be the one he measures every other woman against. When you apply them, you don't just make him miss you. You become the woman he can't afford to lose. Most people only use one or two of these strategies, but the real power, it's in the combination, the shift, the ability to move between being a mystery and being a force of nature, between being a desire and a necessity. Master this, and you will never wonder where you stand again. Now, you have the blueprint. 10 powerful strategies. 10 ways to make a man miss you, crave you, and see you as unforgettable. But let's be clear, this isn't about manipulation. It's not about mind games. It's about understanding human psychology and stepping into your own power. When you master yourself, you naturally become irresistible, not just to one man, but to everyone around you. Let's recap. 1. The art of absence. Distance creates desire. Make him feel your absence. The power of mystery. Never reveal everything. Let him wonder about you. 3. Emotional control. The one who controls their emotions controls the situation. 4. High-value mindset. You are the prize. Stop chasing and let him prove himself. 5. Non-attachment. Be willing to walk away, and you'll never be desperate. 6. The law of contrast. Make him feel the shift, and he'll never take you for granted. 7. Social proof. The more you're wanted, the more he desires you. 8. Feminine energy. Attraction isn't forced. It's about flow, presence, and allure. 9. Reverse psychology. Stop convincing him. Let him convince himself. The final move. Master these skills in balance, and you'll become unforgettable. Now, ask yourself this. Are you going to keep chasing? Keep wondering why he's not texting back? Or are you going to become the woman he can't stop thinking about? Women who master these 10 skills never chase, never beg, never wonder. They don't just turn heads, they leave an imprint. They don't just make him miss them, they make him regret ever letting them go. And the best part? They don't do it for him, they do it for themselves. This is your moment. Choose power, choose strategy, choose yourself, and if you're ready for more, watch the next video now. This is your moment. Choose power, choose strategy, and if you want to take this even further, watch the next video. But this is just the beginning. If you want to know how to make a man commit to you, watch the next video. Because making him miss you is just step 1. Making him yours. That's next.